Hello guys and welcome in the 9th episode. In this episode we'll implement in-game menu and check if we have completed the picture. Okay, let's get started. Let's open our project. Let's go to the scene folder and open the game scene. Then click on the start object and disable it for now because we want to have a clear scene. And then I will create the empty game object. Just click on the game object, create empty. I will name it in-game menu. Go to the buttons folder, find the button backline and drag and drop it under the in-game menu. I will rename it to be resume button backline. Okay, then change the Z position to be -1 and set the scale to be 0.8 and 0.6. Maybe I will set the Y scale to be 0.5. Okay, let's set the position. I will set it position here and move it up a little bit. Go to the buttons folder and find the resume button. Then drag and drop it under the in-game menu. Then click add component, box collider. Go to the scripts folder and then drag and drop the button scripts under it. And then set the type to be in-game button. Change the position, the Z position to be -2. We have to set the Y position to be the same as the button backline. Okay, and then change the Y position for the button to be at the beginning of the line. We have to find the final X position. Just manipulate this position. I think over here will be fine, -0.6. Okay, let's press Ctrl Z and put this position here. Press play to test it. That looks fine. Probably we can move this button a little bit on this side. I think like that should be alright. Okay, we have to change the X position again. I think the X position will be from here to 0.3034. Okay, let's test it again. Yeah, that looks alright. Okay, we will now add another button. Just right click, select the resume button backline and right click on it, select duplicate, and we're gonna change the name for it to be choose picture. And then change the Y position and move it a little bit down. Go to the buttons folder and find the choose picture graphic and drag and drop it under the in-game menu. Set the Z position to be -2 and set the Y position to be the same as the button backline. Okay, and then manipulate the X position. That's fine. Then press on the add component, select box collider, go to the scripts folder and then drag and drop the button scripts under the components and then change the type from the main button type to be in-game button. And then we have to find this final X position. I think the position should be actually the same as is for the previous button. Let's try it. Then press play. Yeah, that looks alright. Okay, and then let's add one more button. Select the button backline, right click on it, duplicate. I will change the name to be main menu button backline. Okay, and then change the Y position, move it a little bit down. Okay, go back to the buttons folder, find the main menu button and drag and drop it under the in-game menu. Set the Z position to be -2. Set the same the Y position the same as the button backline. Okay, and manipulate the X value to set the button at the beginning of this line. Then press add component, box collider, go to the scripts folder, drag and drop the button script change that bottom type to be in-game bottom, and then find the final X position. Think the final X position should be the same as the previous bottoms. Let's copy it and paste it here. Okay, let's test it for all of the bottoms. I think them all just line up properly. Right? Then click on the in-game menu and disable this object, because we won't see this. We don't want to see this menu straight away in the game. We want to see it when you press menu button, which we will add. Okay, let's add a few more buttons. Just go to the buttons folder, find the swap puzzle, and drag and drop this button in the scene. Change the name to swap puzzle button. Okay, set the Z to be -2, and then set the X to be 0.5, and Y 0.5. That's how we're gonna scale it. Now we switch to the game view, position button to the right place, then click Add Component, Box Collider, and then go to the Scripts folder, select button script, drag and drop it, and select the in-game button for the type. Okay, let's add one more button. Go to the buttons folder, find the Give Up button, drag and drop it in the scene, and then set the position to be -2, and then scale to be 0.6, 0.6. Let's set the position the same as the swap button, the X position. Okay, and then move it down. I think should be fine. Then add component, box collider, go to the scripts folder and drag and drop the button scripts. Change the type to be in-game button. Okay, and change the name from give up to give up button. Okay, then we have to add the below the menu button. I will create the empty game object. Select game object, create empty. Change the name to be maybe menu button. Okay, go to the buttons folder, find the button backline, drag and drop under the menu button, select Z position to be -1, change the size to be 0.6. I will switch to the game scene, maybe 0.4, maybe 5, and here will be 0.5 as well. Okay, and position it. How we position it? I think I will set the scale to be 0.4 and 0.4. Okay, I will move it a little bit up. That's fine. Let's change the name to be menu button backline. Okay, then find the menu button and drag and drop it under the menu button. Okay, let's set the position to be -2, and then let's set the Y position to be the same as the button backline, and then change the X position. I think I will set the scale to be 0.8 and 0.8 to make it a little bit smaller. The position should be the same as the button backline. I think the button might be even smaller. Okay, that looks alright. And then select the menu button, add script, box collider, and then go to the scripts folder, drag and drop the button script under, change the button type to be in-game button, and we have to find the final X value. Just manipulate the X component from the position to find the final value. I think 6.1 would be fine. Okay, let's press Ctrl Z and put this position in. Okay, let's test everything. And that's fine. As you can see, these buttons going to the position 0 because it's executing the sliding effect. We will fix this bit in the code. Okay, let's save the scene and save the project. Go to the scripts folder and then select the button script, double click on it and open the Visual Studio. I will create another public variables, public bool, and then I will call it enable sliding effect, and this value will be set, variable will be set to true. and we can change this value from the editor. Okay, and then if this is true, then I'm gonna go to the on mouse down. We put the F statement, F enable sliding effect is equal to true. Then we will execute this sliding effect, otherwise we won't do anything. Okay, let's save it. Go back to the Unity. Let's try again. Press play. Okay, we have this problem. Select the give up button and unchecked enable sliding effect, and do the same for the swap puzzle button. Just uncheck it and then press play and see what's happened. These buttons won't do anything now. Okay, and the menu menu button is working fine. We actually want this menu to bounce back after we press it. Okay, let's go back to the code, and then inside the button class create another private variable, private vector3, and then I will call it start position, and then start position will be initialized in the start method. Is equal to game object dot transform dot position. Okay, this position will hold the start position for our button, because after the menu button is moving to the final position, we want it to move it back. Then inside the move to position, after we have reached the final position, under the type in-game button, let's put another F statement, if game object dot name is equal to, let's just check how this button is called. Go back to Unity, and then this button is called menu. Just make sure you copy this name and put this right name here. Okay, if we selected the menu button, and if the transform dot position is different than the start position, that means the button has reached its final position, then we want to move this button back, which is the start coroutine, and then pass the we're gonna use actually this function, move to position, and we want to pass the start position value, because we want to move it back to the start position. And after this one is done, we're gonna change the status of the game, which we will have to create. Let's save it for now and go back to the Unity, just check if everything is working fine. Let's press play and press on the menu. As you can see, the menu button is bouncing back. Okay, it's working fine. Let's go back to the code. We have to create another game state, because when we press the menu button, we want that in-game menu to appear. Let's go to the game states class and create another state. I will call it in-game menu. Okay, let's save everything. Go back to the button class, and over here under the menu button, when we moved back to the start position, we want the in-game menu to appear, and this means we will change the state of the game. Let's call it game manager dot game state dot stat status is equal to game manager game state dot in-game menu. Okay, let's save it and go back to the game manager. We need to go right at the top, and we need to add another public variable, public game object. I will call it in-game menu, and then we will need to make sure that this in-game menu is deactivated right at the start. Go to the start function and then set active for this in-game menu will be false. Okay, in this way we can make sure this main menu is deactivated. Scroll up, and we will need another variable, public game object, and then start start bottom, and then let's copy this variable. We hold the start bottom, which is appearing right at the beginning, and then go to the start function and make sure the start bottom is set active to true. Okay, and then inside the update method we need to put another game state which we created. That's under the last break. Let's put another case, game status, game start dot in-game menu, and then break. Okay, when the in-game menu is active, we want that in-game menu set active to true, and then start bottom set active to false. Okay, let's save everything, go back to the Unity, press play, and then when we press the menu, okay, nothing happened. We have an error. Yeah, it's like I forgot to set the actual variable. Just press on the main camera, and in-game menu object we have to take our in-game menu. Sorry, click on main camera, select in-game menu, and drag and drop it to the in-game menu object, and then select the start button and drag and drop it under the start button. Okay, make sure you have everything set the same as I do. Okay, then press play and see what's happened. We have a start. When we press menu, our in-game menu appearing. That's fine. Let's start again. I press start, and then if I press menu, the main menu is appearing. Okay, that's fine. Let's implement this functionality, the resume button and other buttons. Go back to the code, and then go to the buttons script. Inside the move to position, under the button time in-game button, let's do another if statement. If game object dot name is equal to, let's go to Unity and check the name, is equal to resume, then what we want to do is we want to change the game state, which we don't have yet. Just go back to the game state class and create another state which I'm gonna call resume. Save everything and go back to the buttons class, and under the game object dot name is equal to resume, just we're gonna change the name, game manager. Sorry, we're gonna change the game manager state. Game manager game status is equal to game status dot game stat dot resume. Okay, sorry, game status dot stat. And then inside the game manager script, in the update method, let's call another case game status game stat dot resume. If we have this state, we want this in-game menu to be set to be deactivated. Okay, as mean we press the resume button, and then the whole menu will disappear because we want to go back to the game. And then here we want to change the status to be play, because we want to check the collision again for the puzzles. Then just call game status dot stat is equal to game start dot stat dot play. Okay, let's save it, go back to Unity, and let's test it. Menu, resume, everything disappear. We can move. When we press menu, we cannot move the puzzles. It looks like the resume is not going back to the start position. We need to fix it now. Go back to the code, and inside the buttons script, Under the resume, let's set the transform dot position to be equal to start position, because you want this button to go back to the start position, to the original position. Okay, let's save it, go back to Unity and test it again. We press menu, we press resume. Now let's implement this choose picture behavior. When we press this choose picture, we want to go back to the choose picture scene. Okay, I think the behavior is already implemented. Just press on the choose picture button, and inside the scene name, just put the name of the scene where we want to go to. I think the menu select. Yep. Let's put menu select. And then let's try. Okay, it's not working. Let's go to the code. Okay, because this the loading scene is working only when the button is set to main menu button, but we want this scene to be load. Okay, I think what the easiest thing to do is to add another button type. Inside the button script, go to the button type and create another type. I will create the in-game button with load scene. Okay, and this type will be loading scene as well. And then inside the update function, just put another brackets here, and then or just 2 lines. That's mean if this condition or next condition is satisfied, then we're gonna execute this line of code. Or type, just put another brackets and put type is equal to button type dot in-game button with load scene. Okay, save everything, go back to the Unity, select the choose picture and change the button type to be in-game button with load scene. Right, and then press play and see if it's working. Choose picture. Yeah, that looks fine. Everything is working fine. But then when we press this choose picture, it looks like this this menu is not disappearing. Okay, this is the problem which we need to solve now. We're gonna go back to the code, go to the button script. Inside the move to position function, put another F statement. I will actually copy the last one. I will put choose picture here, and then we're gonna restart the position for this button to be start position, and then we're gonna change the game state to be equal to start. Okay, looks like the update function is called first before we changing the type over here. That's mean what we want to do is we want to take this line of code, which is the game manager, where we're setting the start to be equal to game start. Just take it from here, and then inside the button script on mouse down, we will call another F statement if the type is equal to button type dot in-game button with load scene. Then we want to set this game status to be equal to start. Let's save everything. Now go back to the Unity. Okay, let's press play. When we press the menu now, choose picture, we're going back, and then when we're starting, the in-game menu disappearing. Okay, now we want to implement the main menu button. That should be simple enough. Let's press on the in-game menu, main menu. Okay, and inside the button script, what we have to do, we have to put the scene name for the main menu, and then change the button type to in-game button with load scene. Because at the press of this button, we want to load the main menu scene. Let's test this one. When we press menu, main menu, everything is working fine. There is one more thing which I want to do today, is I want to implement the checking for the win, checking if we actually stack the picture in the final positions. Just go back to the code. Okay, the first thing which we will do is we will add another status. Go to the game status, and then inside the game stat, I will add the win state. Okay, let's save everything, go to the puzzles script, and then I will add another public variable which will be hidden. Just type hide in an inspector and then public. This will be variable of the type vector3, and then win position, and the win position is going to be set in the start function, and it will be equal to the transform dot position. Okay, the reason why it's set here, because as you remember, when we start the game, all of the puzzles are set to on the winning position. That means the picture is completed until you press the start button. And in this time, when the picture, before you press the start button, we're going to capture the transfer position. Let's save everything, go back to the game manager, and then inside the game manager, I will add another game object, which will be the public game object, and this is going to be win game menu. The win game menu will be exactly the same as in-game menu. There will be one different. The first button instead of the resume will be the next, which gonna switch to the next picture. Okay, right at the beginning of the game, we wanna set this win game menu to be disabled. Okay, set active. In the start function, set active, set to false. Then we wanna actually check for the win. I will scroll down right to the bottom and create another function, bool has we won. I will use the loop for each puzzle p in puzzle list, and then if the p.transform.position is equal to p.win position, is not equal. If the puzzle is not set to the win position, then what we want to do, we want to return false, and then otherwise we want to return true. Okay, and then we have to call this function inside the update method. Just go to the update method, and then under the play status, just put the f has we won is equal to true. Then we will change the game status, which is the game status dot state is equal to game status dot game stat dot win. Okay, if all of the puzzles are on the winning position, then we will change this status to win, and then right at the bottom we will create another case, game status dot game stat dot win, and then if we won, we want to display the win game menu dot set active, and this one will be equal to true. Okay, as mean if we win, we will display this this win game menu, which we hasn't created yet, but we will do in a minute, and then we can go to the next picture, or we can go back to the main menu or choose another picture. But later on we will probably add some effects here to actually indicate that we won, and we will add some nice animations. But this is for the later. It's only the polishing of the game. Okay, go back to the Unity. Let's save everything first and go back to the Unity. And then inside the Unity, in the game scene, let's duplicate the in-game menu. Just select it, press right click on it and choose duplicate. We activate it for now, and then let's rename it. It's gonna be win game menu. I will select the resume back bottom line, and I will change this name to be next back bottom line, and then I will remove the resume button. Go to the buttons folder, find the next button, and drag and drop under the win game menu, and then position it right to be under the back bottom line. Set the Z position to be -2. Set the Y position to be the same as the bottom back line. Okay, and then set the X position to position it right at the beginning. Then press Add Component and choose Box Collider. Then go to the script folder and drag and drop the bottom script to it. We leave the type to be in-game bottom, and then we have to choose the final position. The final position will be, I think, 0.7. Okay, let's test it. Just press play. Yeah, that looks alright. Okay, then select the Win Game menu and deactivate it. And then go to the main camera. And we have that Win Game menu variable now. Let's initialize it. Just select the Win Game menu from here. Make sure the main camera is selected first. And then Win Game menu. Select it, hold it, and drag it on this variable. And then this variable is initialized now. Okay, let's save everything and save the project. Okay, this Win Game menu is not initialized. That's what indicated here, but we did it already. Go to the scene folder, go to the main menu, and let's press play. Okay, play, choose picture. We can choose picture now. We can choose another picture. Looks like all of the buttons are working fine. Then, okay, that's pretty much it for today. In the next episode, we will implement this swap puzzle. We will be able to swap the position of two puzzles, or we will be able to just give up. And then when we press this give up button, we will be able to test the winning effect and if the winning function is working fine. Okay, thank you for watching and see you again in the next episode.